welcome to Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm Martel Rowland.
I'm Tina Marie.
Speak for yourself, bitch. I ain't alcohol anonymous. Nobody. Speak for
What?
Y'all speak
yourself.
to that.
Yes.
Oh, I ain't got no liquor. Welcome to Same Cast Different Day podcast. We're live and unfiltered. I'm Martel Rowland.
I'm Tina Marie.
I'm M.
Oh, hey, heifer. She's just. You know what? Y'all lucky. I'm exhausted. Welcome to the show, everybody. Just welcome. Let's get this show started with the Senator Minnesota shooting. So the Minnesota shooting suspect faces 6 federal charges and state charges. First degree murder charges. Vance Bolter, the suspect in the shooting of 2 Democratic Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses, was arrested Sunday after the largest manhunt in the state's history. At SWAT. Actually, this is why I should have just wrote this part myself. Um, we'll skip that part. Walter crawled towards officers and surrendered. Federal charges could yield the death penalty. Bolter faces already said that, six federal
No.
charges, including murdering the Hortmans with a firearm. These are eligible for the death penalty, but it is not clear. It's too early to tell if the federal prosecutors are going to pursue the death penalty. His friends say that strong remembering he did not he did have remember that he did have 70 people in that what do they call that thing again? It's on the tip of my tongue. Manufest. He had 70 people in there, was in some places that included
Oh,
Democratic
that's,
lawmakers,
yeah.
abortion clinics, and people who are pro-abortion was in the manifest.
So, if I remember correctly, right? So
Mhm.
it happened. He murdered the Hortmans on Saturday morning, like early Saturday morning, right? And then they caught him Sunday, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And then I remember local news dropping a story, something about he used to teach or work at Colonel Stritch or something like that
Oh, I didn't know about
here. Yeah. And then he was a pastor, preacher, something like that.
that. I had
Hmm.
no idea.
So what the hell made him go rogue? I mean, I never really tapped into it, but like, what the fuck made him go rogue like that?
They
Did
don't
he do something?
Don't know. I
they
mean,
don't
they
have
got the
a
manifesto.
I was thinking that there's just a bunch of, they call them sleeper cell people that was like that might have these planned out across the country to do these to Democratic lawmakers. Is what I'm going with. They just, after he got caught and the whole thing went down. So
Was it? He was a pastor in there in a evangelist or whatever, a damn law, whatever the hell he was. But what the hell? What made him go rogue like that? Like, I'm.
evil.
The
I
picture
guess.
they paint is that he was a normal person, you know.
Yeah, he was just a strong supporter, and he wanted to get rid of those who oppose Trump. I mean, Trump is basically trying to do the same thing through executive orders, so to get people to obey him and eliminate those who are against him, which is why he's been sending. Oh, that's gonna be later on the show. Anywho, the wife of the
Okay.
suspect was detained by authorities, and in her car she had ammunition. She also had a passport, and she had other things that sounded the alarms of law enforcement. Five eyewitness news says she had crashed her. Oh, she had cash in her car with a weapon. Also,
Oh.
So the suspect's wife,
yeah.
what's going on? Oh,
Mm.
yeah, they. I mean,
Yes.
it was like a plan. It was like a plan because he was dressed up as an officer, had a SUV that looked like a police car. Like, it was like planned out, had the manifesto. So I'm curious to see what the manifesto has in it other than the
Probably
70
have
plus other
something that
names.
Trump, like he trying not to release those Epstein files because he in there. I'm just saying. I ain't letting
Mm.
that go either, and I still ain't heard anything about Kilmar Brea Garcia. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, they need to where the hell is Kilmar Brea Garcia at? Because I still ain't seen him since they said he was back on a damn plane coming from El Salvador. Oh shit.
Yeah, I wonder where he is too, because I mean they can only hold you 3 days before they charge you, right? They got to charge you in 3 days.
They
So
got
he
yeah.
got charged, right? But it was something about something that happened in Tennessee, right? The charges were in Tennessee, I believe, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Even the prosecutor in Tennessee felt he felt like the charges were just to get something to get the American people to stop talking about Trump being in the Epstein files. Which is why they brought him back and pushed these charges against him because Trump is trying to cover up his PR nightmares, basically.
He creates them every day. Like when I wake up in the morning, it's like at least 3 or 4 stories.
His
Yeah,
post.
he done signed some shit or something. He can't put the fucking pen down.
Well,
Like
he
just stop talking on social media. Like
can't spell.
no, he
At
can't.
all.
He be going on these rants, and I'm like, why ain't no somebody stopped him yet? What?
They can't.
And also speaking of Trump, the leader of the organization the leader who organized the No King Day protest, the head person said the final numbers of protests that went on across the country was 2,169 protests that happened across the country, and there were 20 countries outside the U.S. who were involved who also protested today. The organizer has said that around 5 million people showed up for the protest. No Kings protest. Why was the No Kings protest so important? And why is it that we have a lot of people out here protesting? So the guy who played the Hulk in the Marvel movies, I feel like he explained it perfect. So I want to play the clip for you of him explaining why a lot of people are out there protesting.
So why does this matter? Why are people out here getting soaked in the rain to send a message?
Because we see our democracy is in real trouble. We see a president who has made himself a king and dictator. And we don't see an opposition that's powerful enough to stand up against the trampling of our rights and the trampling of the Constitution that's happening every single day with executive orders, with the refusal to obey court orders, kidnapping of immigrants, people who are here legally, people who their children are being taken from them. We're disgusted and we're scared. And we know that the only way to fight this now is for the people, is to come together. When a U.S. senator is tackled in a press conference representing his constituency with a question to the Homeland Security, who has invaded that state with a military presence, you know you're heading towards dictatorship. That's a turning point. You're only going to see more of that happen. This administration will continue to overreach, and this will be the response. We're not going away. We're not going to be quiet. We love each other, and we realize that we love this country so much that we're leaving our homes today in the rain to express our friendship and love for the people here who made this place.
And speaking of the senator who got tackled, I do have the video for y'all too. So I'm going to play that real quick also.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go, put them behind my back.
All right. Cool. Other hand. Lay flat. Lay flat.
Other hand, sir. Other hand.
There's no recording allowed out here. I did not know. There's no recording allowed out here for FBI, right?
Well, so I feel like the Hulk was very passionate about it. It almost seemed like he was in character a little bit, you know. But I do appreciate him speaking so passionately about it, and he did put it like he was very like he put it He was well put together with that response. And I feel like he's right. I feel like that we can't stop protesting or standing up or pushing up against the things that are being done, because if we stay silent or complacent, then it's going to get worse. Like, it's going to get worse even if we push back, but if we are complacent, it gets really bad really fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And for the senator being tackled and handcuffed and all that like, I feel like that was too much.
They have to know, so you can't record here. Like, you think that we are not going to record a senator being arrested for showing up to a press conference and asking questions about the people that these things y'all doing are affecting his people? Come on now.
But then that goes to show you right there that the police ain't shit. Well, because why are you attacking somebody that ain't did nothing physically to nobody?
Right.
He was making too much sense.
He was showing right there.
He was making too much sense.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why they're trying to stop the ones that's getting close to cracking the case type shit. So that's what they try to get rid of. It started way back then. So that video just goes to show, like, this is exactly what the hell we talking about. This is why we out here protesting, fighting, and doing all this. That right there. One of the issues, but that right there.
And Trump is very upset with blue cities over the protest that he told ICE agents to ramp up their work that they're doing in these Democratic-run cities. And, add on to that, I know Tina's laughing at my note that I got, so I'm going to play this clip of Trump just being stupid.
Oh, well, here we go.
Add on to his stupidity.
That's what the note say, y'all.
In the note, it says,
I don't see no goddamn. Y'all leave me out the damn hook now. I'm finna crash out in this damn shit already. What notes this?
Oh man, play Trump looking stupid.
Email. You need you didn't. On top of that, you probably don't even have a Google Docs account to even.
I do have a Docs account.
But anyways, I'm gonna play the clip.
His address to the nation that day on January 7th, more than 24 hours after the last time he had addressed the nation from the Rose Garden. Let's take a look.
Whenever you're ready, sir.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack yesterday. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. You do not represent our movement. You do not represent our country. And if you broke the law, you can't say that. I'm not going to. I already said you will pay. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defied the seat of justice. It's defiled, right? See, I can't see it very well. Okay, I'll do this. I'm going to do this. Let's go. But this election is now over. Congress has certified the results. I don't want to say the election's over. I just want to say Congress has certified the results without saying the election's over, okay?
But Congress is certain. Now Congress is
Yeah, right.
Now Congress
I didn't say over, so let me see. Go to the paragraph before. Okay? I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack yesterday. Yesterday is a hard word for me.
Just take that. The heinous attack.
Good. Take the word yesterday, because it doesn't work with the heinous attack on our country. Say on our country. Want to say that?
No.
My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote.
By the way,
Never.
for audio listeners, the silence that you heard at the beginning was him not knowing that he was supposed to start talking.
Exactly. What the front door?
Yesterday,
What?
the word yesterday is a hard word for him.
Literally. Take yesterday out. Take yesterday out. Y'all voted for him. For the ones who checked Trump in the ballot, I thank you. I appreciate that very much. Very much.
Oh, man.
Single-handedly.
You just shit. I need to check. So you just can't make this shit up when it comes to the president, and it's almost like how I don't even know how he can embarrass himself more than he's already have embarrassed himself. Have want to rub her ear, knowing that her microphone is up there. We hearing all the damn rubbing.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. Yeah.
But yeah, just complete idiocy. So, and it's more. This is all gonna tie in together, y'all. So we're gonna have to talk about even more idiocy of Donald Trump and how stupid his people are looking at. How some people have clowned him on the internet after this parade that he had for his birthday. So the Trump parade was just a sad day for him. Trump and his administration tried to lie, saying that close to 200,000 people showed up to his parade. Only about 10,000 people showed up to the parade. And it was so bad that Fox had to make fake crowd noises for him. I'm going to play the clip for you. So in the clip, you're going to see the first half is where it's kind of quiet. It's going to be when PBS was broadcasting the parade live. And then the second clip is going to be of Fox News version of it. So I'm going to play the clip for you.
Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you to Vice President Vance. And thank you to our wonderful First Lady. And above all, thank you to Vice President Vance.
I heard all of 5 people in the beginning. I heard 5 people laugh versus what PBS or whoever did what they did. Really?
It in the fake noise.
That in the beginning. I heard a yeah, a laugh, and another yeah. That's 3.
Wait. So here's how the internet clowned him. So this is just one of the videos. I'm gonna play it for y'all. Compared parade to that awful argument. Where the fuck that was?
Well,
this is what happened when you're dancing to the Olympics.
Right, at the Olympics, right. Oh my God, wait, because there's more. Because this Reese Walters is his name. I'm afraid play his clip. I was on the floor in tears watching this.
And this was a special one right here. I mean, even the tank was embarrassed. You brought me all the way out here, modified me for DC streets. This looked like the Howard County Fair. You done got me all guzzy up. You realize when you get mad, when you have to go shower and put on nice clothes and leave your house, and you realize the event is ratchet. That's the energy that out here looking like a Wizards home game. You know what I mean? Kyle Kuzma played for more people when he returned to DC, and we barely remember that he was a Wizard. This crowd looked like the people waiting in the movies for the end of the credits for a Tyler Perry thing. This looked like Father's Day for Nick Cannon. That's what Trump's birthday parade looking like. And if you thought this was bad, if you thought this was bad for the tank, wait till you hear the cries of the tank. The tank was just crying.
Not the tank.
In sadness and desperation for the decrepit environment.
Not the tank. He's stupid. He said the tank was crying.
What's up, Sean? The tank was crying at the parade. Oh, okay. I gotta come down. So after this parade, and people were talking about him very badly. He said that he was upset that people didn't obey him like they obeyed Kim Jong-un in North Korea. And
Oh, okay.
I believe I have a video for that also.
Oh Lord.
That's
Are we close to seeing Mr. Kim here at the White House?
Could happen. I mean,
They talked about that yesterday
I would
with
have
Mike
him.
Pompeo?
Yeah, I think it's something that could happen. Yeah. Hey, he's the head of a country, and I mean, he is the strong head. Don't let anyone think anything different.
Right.
He speaks, and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the
Right.
same.
Well,
Ain't gonna happen.
That's
You might
why
as well hang it up. Hang it up flat screen. It ain't gonna happen.
that's why he gonna get fired. Just let you know.
Right.
So yeah, he want people to obey him like how they do in North Korea with Kim Jong Un, to like treat him like he's a freaking god over in some ways. And then there was this. That the water sound was so loud in the background. Yeah, it's just I have never seen nobody be this Lord with the XXL. You know what, Sean? I'm not doing the XXL this week because last week I was drunk.
like last night. Fucked up last night. It was so funny.
I was
No, listen, I told you that alone.
Oh,
Look.
That's what I have fun drinking today.
yeah, I'm over and up to date. And
That's
then
the
also before Donald Trump parade started, the MAGAs got to go and play with military rockets and shit. So
Oh.
as y'all can see in the background, that don't look like 200,000 people. That out. So for all your listeners, as you see here, this is a video playing MAGA supporter parade. They're on top of Hummers, there's machine guns, all unloaded, rockets, and all other kind of military weapons. Playing with them, boys. This is despicable.
Yes, I want to. God damn it! I got something to say. So the president did that, right? He okayed all that stuff. So here's the thing. So you finna create another January 6th thing, right? You finna create another January. You giving MAGA civilians the okay to come and play with this shit. Like some of them ain't got money to go and get this shit and do another January 6th.
Yep. Pretty much.
That's what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing. He is setting up another damn army to do another January 6th.
And I believe one of the vehicles that was carrying military equipment leaving DC to go back to whatever military base it was going to has struck a car actually, and I think the person might have died in the car accident.
See what I'm saying?
What?
Why would you even do some shit like that? Why are civilians playing with army shit?
That's what I said. Like I was just about to say Trump weird as shit. Like I wouldn't have brought out that kind of stuff. Like this isn't like a military festival was supposed to be like the 250th anniversary of the military, whatever.
God damn it! Why is it the shit ain't got to be loaded for you to do it? God damn it! Come on now.
None of the stuff was loaded, but at the same time, it's like, why do like what if a terror was to just be there?
That's what I'm saying. My whole point. He's setting it up again. That's what he's doing. He is testing the waters. He's setting shit up again. That's what he's doing.
So wait, who said Arby's? Oh Lord. So okay. So then I also have another clip for you, but I do have another clip for you. So I'm gonna play that clip for you. Nope, that's the wrong.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no.
You know what? I'm gonna get to that later.
Okay.
Talk about Trump's new VA rule. Trump's new rule allows for the VA doctors to refuse treatment to Democrats and unmarried veterans. The rule applies to doctors, psychologists, and dentists, while all other staff are required to treat everyone regardless of race, color, religion, or sex. Individual doctors can refuse to treat patients based on personal characteristics, both prohibited by federal law.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this, right? And I said, well, then if they feel like that and that's what he wants, then he need to stop letting unmarried people and Democrats into the military.
I totally
what are we doing?
I agree with that.
If that's what you want, then stop letting people who are.
He's talking about the bald-headed heifer. But yeah, like why would we let these people like?
Wait a minute, I'm this far. I can't see no comments. What the hell was said about a bald head heifer? That's a guy must be talking about me. So what the hell was said? Damn it! Why? I ain't bald head. I got hair on my head. God damn it!
You better tell him.
So yeah, like and then to was like Tina said, like he shouldn't let Democrats and what's other unmarried people into the army, and then that also ties into he just recently kicked out all the transgender service members from the military. A few weeks ago, I had told you all about this, that a lot of transgender people were getting kicked out the military. They can either leave voluntarily, and if they do leave that way, they will lose their pensions, their health care, and everything else, all the VA, the veterans benefits they would have received.
So it's a lose-lose situation.
Yes. So they had to basically wait until the day that Trump kicked them out in order to keep their veterans benefits. And I have a video of a transgender veteran talking about their experience, I guess trying to figure out what the next steps is. So I'm going to play that clip for you all right now.
What up with it? Trump kicked me out of the army because I'm transgender, so now here I am on your For You page. Now that you know that information, you have to like and follow me because you're transphobic. If not, I don't make the rules, I just follow them, as you can tell. Anyways, 3 things if this is on the wrong For You page. I am deployable, I do meet all standards, and I paid for my own surgeries. Now what? Heh. So if you're typing that comment, you can go ahead and post it because I'll make money off the comment. I decided, since I'm on this admin leave, I'm gonna be a content creator. Okay, because if you speak it into existence, it'll happen, right? Most people have niches. I don't. I'm the niche. I'm. If you're coming here for something, it's me. That's all. I don't know. I have ADHD really bad, so like my serotonin comes from random things that will make me happy. It'll last about 3 weeks, and then I'll move on to the next thing. So if I find something and you really like it, just know in like 3 weeks I'm gonna move on from it. I might circle back at some point, but probably not. Okay? I can't help it. But other than that, I'm Van. I am transgender. Hey, I stuck to that. That is one thing I did stick to. I have 2 dogs. Sometimes I like to play games. Sometimes I like to, collect Pokemon cards. That was my most recent one. I try to go to the gym, but I really like food. And I'm not good at, like, doing the healthy stuff. Like, everybody's like, you need to do this, and I try. And then I give up. For real. I don't know. But anyways, if you like that, give me a follow or something. I don't know.
What is happening?
And this is why we need to keep trans people with ADHD in the military.
What is happening?
Exactly. A lot of shit is happening.
Like
he was saying, because he was like, "Oh, you went to the military to have your surgeries paid for," and he was like, "I paid for my own shit, so don't come for me."
So the trans part don't bother me. It was the ADHD. I'm like, baby, you need some medication.
So what's the medication? Did you say medication?
Medication, yeah.
No. Well, look, I think I have ADHD, but I'm not finna take nobody's medication. No, they tried to have, look, when I was like teenage, like 15, they tried to give me some pills. I ain't take them bitches. They ain't, All you gotta do is find something to do. That's it. Because I think I'm ADHD. All you gotta do is find something to do. I ain't taking nobody pills. I smoke some motherfucking weed. That'll make me sit down, or I go and sit up and do a kitchen concert or some shit like that. I get tired, but I ain't taking no come on some medication. That's that nurse talk.
How many times did he switch the topic of conversation within like a 5-minute clip?
Like 3.
No.
More than 3.
It was like 50 times.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Whoa. Like, and it started getting worse. And
well, that was
I don't know. I ain't taking. You want me to sit down and calm down? Yeah.
I mean, I think I do just fine because Tina be like,
This levels, you know.
So, the NAACP did not invite Trump to the NAACP convention. Trump is the first president to be uninvited in 116 years. Some people might think that it might be because he's a Democrat or a Republican and all the other kind of stuff. This is why he didn't get invited. No, that's not the reason why he did not get invited. Because as you heard me say, this has been going on for 116 years, which means both Democratic and Republicans have been at this convention. The NAACP goal is to uphold civil rights, and Trump is working to dismantle civil rights as we speak right now. So him attending is very unnecessary. For those, because I have to make sure I got that story out. Some people would try to pull that shit. I'm just saying. The Department of Intelligence agencies has paused celebrations for Black History Month, Juneteenth, Martin Luther King Jr., Holocaust Remembrance Day, and Pride Month, Women's History Month, and more. This was all sent out in a memo that was confirmed by ABC and NBC News. So we're not allowed to anything that's related to diversity.
I don't understand.
He believes in that kind of mess stuff. I shouldn't say mess. He don't believe in diversity.
Not at all.
He wants to make it so that it's not recognized. He didn't know anything about Juneteenth Day. The man is just a mess. A horrible.
They know about Juneteenth Day. You think they're gonna forget something like that?
No, I'm talking about Trump.
You think he gonna not
Trump? No. I agree with Tina. Trump know the fuck what the hell's going on. He know. He know about Juneteenth. His old ass. He been around and in everything long enough to know what Juneteenth Day is. Juneteenth been since a long ass time ago. So his ugly ass know what the fuck it is. He just don't want to, like you said, acknowledge the shit just like everything else. He know what it is.
I got a video later in the show to show you all that night. Everybody's up to date with what Juneteenth is. But Ted Cruz and a reporter. So Ted Cruz and the reporter Tucker Carlson get into a heated interview. Get heated. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm eating a Skittle. It made my mouth extra juicy. Okay.
Not juicy.
So Ted Cruz and the reporter Tucker Carlson get into a heated interview, and I'm going to show this clip. I'm going to show this clip, and Then we're going to discuss, do a lot of discussing once I get
Hold
back.
on. Before you show this clip, every time you show a clip, all we can see is you and Tina Marie. When you show that clip, it goes.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah.
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
Why is it relevant whether it's, it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that relevant?
Because if you don't know anything about the country...
I didn't say I don't know anything about
Okay, what's the ethnic mix of Iran?
They are Persians and
What percent?
predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not
Okay.
even... You don't know anything about Iran. So
Okay,
actually,
I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one
you
who
don't know
claims
anything about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims they're not trying to murder Donald Trump.
No,
You're the
I'm
one
not saying that.
who can't figure out
I'm
if it was a
saying
good
you don't
idea to kill
believe-
General Soleimani, and you said it was
don't
bad.
believe they're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. And if you really
we are
believe that...
carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was.
Right, with our help. I said we. Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
No, we're not
at all.
bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are supporting
This is
Israel.
high stakes. You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is at war with Iran right now, people are listening.
Okay.
You bald-headed heifer. How dare you? You bald-headed heifer.
So the United States seems to be getting involved in the war. As we've been seeing leading up to this, Trump and his administration has been lying about the U.S. involvement in the war. So we're teaming up with Israel, and we're going to go over here and now bomb Iran. I believe I saw some reports before we got on live today that they're sending a plane over to Israel to help out with going through with these bombings. I've also seen videos. So Gaza still hasn't been talked about in recent time. So I want to bring to attention. There's this TikTok account, and it consists of this a young man, his son, and his daughter. And they are basically showing what it is after Gaza has been attacked and is still under attack. So there are videos where during the day you can see them out looking for food, doing whatever it is they need, getting whatever they can to survive at least the night. And they go go find shelter. Sometimes it's an apartment, sometimes it's a house or no store, or it's an abandoned building, or they find a place where they can seek shelter underground. And in these videos, you can see him telling his kids to lay on the floor. And as the kids is laying on the floor and he's like on top, trying to cover them, protect them, outside of the place that they're in, there's gunfire going on, like da 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 da, like just back and forth. You're hearing bombs and stuff going off also. And it's just like a scary situation. Like these people are basically over there scrounging for food, don't really have no shelter. They're trying to protect their kids. There's a whole war going on around them. It's like, how do you get out of that? How do you survive that? How do you find some type of normalcy in life after something like this happened to you?
I don't have an answer for that question. I ain't never been in that situation.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's very sad for them. And then I want to play this clip about what Trump was saying. He was talking about Obama, so I'm going to play this clip for us real quick. And not Tina, bald-headed half at the bottom, is going to be mad.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran. Now, I'm more militant and more militaristic than the president. I believe in strength. But to start a war in order to get elected, and I believe that's going to happen, would be an outrage.
Now, that was Donald Trump talking about President Obama in 2011. Obama never started a war with Iran. Now, here we are, 12, 13 years later, and now Trump is starting a war with Iran?
For no reason.
For no reason. So when is he going to be held responsible for these terrible decisions that he's making?
Mm-hmm.
But enough of Donald Trump for now. Juneteenth Day was this past Thursday. I forgot to add in some of the videos that I had took at the parade. My audio was kind of terrible on the videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit all the videos together, and I'm going to add some background music. And if you want to see some of the video footage, you'll be able to find it on the Same Cast Different Day YouTube channel. I will hopefully have that done by at least Wednesday, so you guys can see that. But one of the things I want to talk about is Juneteenth really for Black people. I saw one guy on social media that Juneteenth should only be to celebrate Black people. For Black people in the South and Texas should be the only people who celebrate Juneteenth, was what he was saying.
And Galveston, Texas, where
Yes,
a lot of
they were
slaves were
Black ones.
notified they were free. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's saying they should be the only ones to celebrate it. Do we think this is true or no? Because he was mad because white people were celebrating Juneteenth, is why he made this statement, by the way.
I would say no. And then I think we had that conversation about I really don't care if somebody else wants to celebrate Juneteenth as long as they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
So like we go out and kick it for like Cinco de Mayo, we go out and kick it for St. Patrick's Day, so I can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of effort and energy into stopping other people. If they're doing it right, I don't care.
And that's what I said. As long as they're doing it right, I don't care. As long as they
Right, I agree.
I don't really care that they celebrate Juneteenth.
It's like I think just like I don't need them to understand what it really is too.
So when I was going into the parade, I saw it was a white lady, and she had her 2 kids with her, and she had on like a Juneteenth shirt, and it says they had like Juneteenth on there, celebrating freedom, and then she also had the same shirt on her kids too, and I found that very adorable. Her kids, they went up there in the ghetto on Atkinson and watched this parade, and I was like, it's really starting to become a thing of the culture. In Wisconsin, where Milwaukee has the longest running Juneteenth Day celebration. So the original Juneteenth started in 1971 here in Milwaukee, and we still have the longest Juneteenth celebration in the country to this day. But speaking of Juneteenth, I have a clip from a young woman who went to I don't have any ears. Okay, we're gonna wing this. So I got a video of a young woman who went to an auto shop, and there was some white people saying that they went to the bank and then they couldn't do something because they said the banks is going to be closed tomorrow due to Juneteenth Day, and they made a comment about it. So I'm going to play the clip for us, and we're going to discuss. So here we go.
We're stopped this morning. Oh, then we're good. Yeah, the first when I went to the bank, I got it. No, that's fine. I can do you already. That's fine. Okay. We're still steps.
Why are the banks closed tomorrow?
Juneteenth. New holiday they did a few years ago.
Okie dokie then.
I know, right? Pull my fucking truck. Pull my truck around. Please. Pull my truck around. And give me my keys to my truck. I don't want this done. Please go get my truck. Thank you. Is it this one right here? Yeah. No, it's a Berkeley tunnel. What's that? We said Juneteenth was the holiday tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not
Like, so we got that stuff here. He was like, yeah, some other things. So I just told him to come to Juneteenth.
I don't even know what is Juneteenth.
Exactly. Nobody really knows, but I think it's something to do with reparations or something.
Yeah.
First of all, I commend her for not making a huge ass scene, just saying, "Give me my car and I'm free to go."
Mhm.
But for them to like, some people were calling Juneteenth a fake holiday, and then in that clip, you see that they were making fun, like saying like, "Oh, it's the day of reparations." Like, when has Black people ever got reparations? Reparations for slavery. None of us has received the 40 acres and a mule that we was promised. None of us. So for them to say that and expect for they don't know why the young woman was mad as a Black woman, hearing these people say these things about a Black holiday would piss me off too.
Mhm.
And before we went on the air today, I was like, the fuck was that? Before we went on the air today, somebody had posted a video of that auto shop right there. They had no customers. It was completely empty in there. And then the day that this video was posted online, the Yelp reviews and the Google reviews were so bad that they dropped down to like a 1.2 star on the reviews, and it had got so bad to the point where Yelp had to shut down the comment area on the business of the people leaving comments on there. So that was a great fuck around and find out moment. And let Black people have Juneteenth Day. It's a day for us. It's a day to celebrate our ancestors being finally getting the word that they were free from slavery, because they worked a whole extra 2 years in slavery, not knowing that they were free. That's how long from somebody to come from Washington, D.C. to fucking Galveston, Texas on a fucking horse or wherever how the fuck they got there. So these motherfuckers that y'all are free. Black power. Okay, I'm gonna stop back in the food. With that being said, we're gonna turn things over to Tina Marie, because I'm done for the day. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh my God. Okay. So quick update on the Maxwell Anderson case. So he was recently found guilty of murdering and dismembering
guilty.
So just to let y'all know, he was originally set to be scheduled to be sentenced on August 18th, but they moved it up to August 1st because one of the prosecutors is not going to be available on August 18th. Okay. Some more local news here. A young lady by the name of Ashley Hudson, she was 30 years old and a mother of 4, was shot and killed by her 15-year-old brother at the intersection of MLK and Valley on Monday here in Milwaukee. The incident was caught by a witness streaming on Facebook Live. So the local CBS 58 states documents show that Ashley's mother, Tara Hudson, drove the siblings. It was a 16-year-old sister, a 21-year-old sister, and a 15-year-old brother to the scene with the intention of fighting her. Ashley feared for her life years in advance, filing for a restraining order against her mother and her sister in 2023. In her petition, she wrote how her mother would be responsible for her death and detailed how she showed up at her home with a gun on one occasion. On a separate date, Ashley wrote that her mother followed her in her vehicle and attempted to shoot her. Ashley then wrote that her 21-year-old sister attempted to jump her with a neighbor as she walked her dog, taunting that she would shoot her and keep returning to her home. Quote, "I'm not safe. I'm in fear. She is going to kill me. If something happens to me, she did it. And I want somebody to believe that I'm fearing for my life and afraid she is going to take me off this earth forever." End quote. The complaint states that the victim's mother had a gun in the car, and that's how the 15-year-old suspect, her brother, had access to the weapon. So the mother, the brother, and one of the sisters, the 21-year-old, have been arrested.
They all should burn in goddamn hell for what they did. Should no woman have to live in fear like that of her own
I
family?
don't. What was it? Jealousy? What the hell was the problem? Why did the whole family want to take out this one person? Like it be your own family.
You know,
Like what the hell is the issue?
I don't know. It's wild. And
It gotta be jealousy because I hear so many stories and see so much of women being jealous of their female daughters and some shit like that, and I don't understand that. Like that should never be in your heart as a mother. Like you're supposed to want your daughter to be better than you, not you being jealous of her because of how she looks or what she's doing or whatever, or the men that talk to her or whatever the case is. Like there should be no type of jealousy in your heart as a mother, especially a mother and daughter. Like, I don't understand.
no,
Like it got to be a jealousy type thing. You got the little 15-year-old brother, the mama that brainwashed him, and it seemed like other family members. Like it's just the whole family ganging up on one person. It got to be a jealousy thing. Got to be a jealousy thing.
it was definitely some shiesty going on. Like, I just feel really sad for her kids. She was a mother.
Well, Tina had mentioned earlier, she was like, "Who's going to bury her? Who's going to take care of funeral services if all her family is in jail? Like, hopefully, she got some aunties or uncles." Tina was saying a best
That's
friend.
it. They can be trusted. Like that's the thing. Like it's like after all of that, who the fuck can be trusted in the family? You got the fucking the sister, the mama, out of all people. So who else has the mama or whoever has brainwashed other motherfuckers in the family to where they just gonna let this county bury her in a wooden box type shit? So that's the thing. Like I'm thinking maybe I overthink shit or whatever, but that's crazy. Like who the fuck gonna bury her for real?
They don't do the wooden box burials no more. More than likely, if a body go unclaimed, they just cremate them.
It don't matter that. It's just who's to be trusted. If the mama and the brother and the cousin or sister, whoever, they didn't kill her, just like she said she said, if something happens to me, they did. So
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was so heartbreaking. Like, so I woke up to get ready for work and I saw the video and I was like, what is happening, right? Then I started hearing more and more information throughout the day. And I was like, oh, that's messed up. You know what I'm saying? But then as more information came out about who the people were in the video and all this extra stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's rough. That's bogus. They bogus. Whew. So I got a little bit of tea because I haven't heard any of this on like any major local news outlets. But a Milwaukee County medical assistant allegedly used the same utensils, whatever those are, on 100 plus inmates, causing a possible cross-contamination. So Tory Lowe interviewed an inmate by the name of Travis Guyton on 101.7 The Truth. The inmate states that he was called down to the physician's office, a Dr. Post, to inform him that he could possibly have a bloodborne pathogen, not limited to HIV and hepatitis. He states he was called down to be asked if he would like to be retested. So a little bit of tea. Like I said, I haven't heard this on any major outlets. But there's little rumbles I've been hearing, throughout the community about that. And if it is true, that's really messed up.
Very. That's some fucked up ass shit.
Yeah. And I was
that's heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking.
How that could happen. And I'm like, that's going to be something very difficult. Like as a medical assistant, I feel like as a medical assistant, you're not cutting on nobody, right? The most you're going to do that's going to cause you to break the skin is like an injection. So I'm like 100 plus people. I'm like, that might be like when they were giving out flu shots or something. I don't know, you know, but that's crazy. So moving on to something else that I thought was major. So I'm going to talk about Operation Soteria Shield. Soteria Shield. So a huge operation. It was a huge operation that included multiple agencies. They announced the arrest of 244 men and women that have been arrested for exploiting children for child pornography or sex trafficking in North Texas. 109 children were rescued, and a lot of these children have never been reported missing. The offenders gained access to the children initially through video games and the internet. So I thought that was pretty major. 244 people got caught doing some shady stuff, right, with children. And 109 kids were recovered, and a lot of them weren't even documented to be missing. So I thought that was a huge find.
That's great.
Yeah, that's great. I felt like that was great, right? And that's just in North Texas, right? So just imagine across the map. So here we go with the Diddy trial, y'all. So at the beginning of the week, the judge dismissed a 41-year-old black man for the jury due to inconsistent statements about where he lived. In some moments, the dismissed juror would say he lived in the Bronx, and in other times said he lived in New Jersey. So he ended up getting replaced by a 57-year-old white man. And then the defense or Diddy's attorneys argued that by removing the black guy, it made the jury less diverse. So currently the jury consists of 8 men and 4 women from the ages of 30 to 74 who live in New York City. I was like, 74? Really? I was like, okay. So a paralegal specialist by the name of Anania Sanker, I'm sorry if I butchered that name, took the stand. So the jury was shown messages of how Diddy staff helped plan and set up the freak-offs. There were various messages showing Diddy's former chief of staff, Christina Coram, I spoke about her last week, I believe, discussing getting $4,000 in cash, adding an escort's name to the hotel room, and the need to re-up on baby oil. I was like, dog, they can't be serious about the baby oil.
They dead serious.
They dead serious, man. So I'm like, okay, right. So there were additional messages showing Karam discussing hotel damages, saying your damage charges on the one hotel are always high. So there were separate messages that showed discussing about buying drugs from a drug dealer they call Guido. Quote, Puff, can you text file what you need him to pick up before flight to Miami? End quote. Puff, quote, Molly, 15 pills, end quote. I was like, okay, right. So then she got off the stand, and then Special Agent Delessa Penfield came with the receipts that Diddy paid for the escorts hotels and flights to attend the freak-offs, which could support the sex trafficking charge. So they backfired. So over 12 years, Diddy allegedly used his Amex card to fly escorts out and book their rooms. This include escorts by the name of Jules Theodore at the London Hotel, Clayton Dave Howard at the Four Seasons. One invoice even listed Bad Boy Entertainment as a payer. So somebody got sloppy. Text messages show that Diddy contacted Jules about traveling from New York to LA in December of 2009. The jury was showed an invoice of almost an $800 charge from the International Hotel after a night with Cassie and Diddy. Then they were shown videos of these freak-offs, right, in court. So the video was not visible to the court audience or the overflow room. The jury had to wear headphones. Oh man. So if I was on a jury, I don't know if I want to see all that.
I don't want to see all that baby oil. I don't.
That's too much baby oil for my mental.
I'm still trying to figure out what's
compartment.
going with the damn rubber duckies. That's what I want to know.
That's what I'm saying. It's just the mental. Like, no, the rubber duckies. Like, no, what's that for? First and foremost, no, absolutely not.
Like, is you sticking the rubber duckies in here? Like, what are we doing with the rubber duckies?
They never talked about it. That show didn't. Not yet, at least. Oh man. So another former assistant of Diddy's, because I feel like we didn't hear testimony from about 3 to 4 people that said they were his assistants at this point. So this his name is Brendan Paul. He had took the stand, invoked his Fifth Amendment right. And I said it is unsure he will return to the stand or if there are talks about an immunity deal. So this had to be about Monday, maybe Tuesday, right? So then a judge said that they felt like, according to the current timeline, the jury could possibly receive their instructions next week. This is a step before the jury deliberations begin. So court was canceled on Wednesday due to a juror calling out sick. And then courts were closed on Thursday, of course, because of Juneteenth. Hey. So then court started back up on Friday. The assistant that took the fifth on the stand earlier in the week, Brendan Paul, came back. So this is the alleged drug mule that was arrested in, I believe, Florida, right when they raided Diddy's home and found all the baby oil and all that stuff, right? It was a guy that got arrested that was connected to him down in Florida with some drugs, right? So this is the guy. So he, of course, was granted immunity. He testified that he worked as one of Diddy's assistants from late 2022 to March 25th of 2024 when he was arrested for cocaine possession. So he said he was originally hired to work on food and physical conditioning because he played 2 seasons of college basketball at Syracuse from 2018 to 2020. I was like, okay, weird position, but okay. So his salary started at $75,000 per year and topped out at $100,000 by January of 2024. He said that he testified that he was tasked with getting drugs for Diddy, as well as setting up rooms and cleaning up for freak-offs. He would purchase the toiletries, lights, candles, incense, condoms, liquor, soup, Astroglide, a Gucci pouch that contained drugs, and $5,000 in cash, right? So he states that he would often do drugs with Diddy to prove his loyalty. And he said he only got drugs for Diddy and did not buy drugs for other people. But he bought for Diddy marijuana, cocaine, pink cocaine, ecstasy, and ketamine, spending thousands of dollars with dealers by the name of Guido. We heard that name earlier. One Stop, Baby Girl, and Avi. So he testified that the freak-offs were moved into homes, like residences, when Cassie's lawsuit hit. Then the jury showed fancy cases, and they were fancy cases of baby oil and many boxes of Astroglide, right? So the picture I saw, right, I counted the boxes, and it was like 19 to 20 boxes of Astroglide, right?
Time out. When the fuck did you get fancy bottles of baby oil? Wait, hold on. I didn't know that thing.
There was like in briefcases with locks. I was like, what is happening?
So wait a minute. So what kind of baby oil is this? We got gold inside of the motherfuckers or some shit like that?
Is it Johnson Johnson
it was
baby
like,
oil?
yeah, it was like Johnson & Johnson. Yes, it was Johnson & Johnson.
So okay, so maybe because it was so many bottles of the shit, they had to conceal some of it because it'll look weird.
That's some
Well, it
crazy
was
ass
definitely weird inside.
Anthony, take that shit off your voice.
It was definitely weird inside of a briefcase.
So that's what I'm assuming. Because if it's supposed to be special, because he's buying so much, I'm assuming that he had to put the shit in the damn briefcases so it won't look weird. Him buying so many of them, right? I mean,
he owns stocks and baby oil.
obviously, but because
the free damn baby oil hell.
Right, but because he didn't want it to look weird or get caught, he had to make it look like his classified exclusive shit, so where can nobody see? But it's just bunches of baby oil because he didn't want it to look weird.
Tub full of baby oil playing with rubber duckies. Let me find out. This is what he do in his free time.
That's what he do in his free time when he ain't making music or doing some shit. That's what he does in his free time. Buying rubber duckies, whatever.
Floor had to be slippery as a bitch in that hotel. Okay.
I'm not dealing with y'all. Anywho, okay, so that was a prosecution. So during cross-examination, Paul stated that he is absolutely not Diddy's drug mule. Then he got to talking about Jane Doe that testified for like a week and a half, right? Was a willing participant in the hotel nights and states what he did for Diddy does not constitute a criminal enterprise. So then we're gonna go back to when he was arrested for the cocaine, right? He testified that he forgot he had the cocaine on him when he was arrested. He said, quote, I was sweeping his room and put it in my bag and forgot while I was packing, end quote. What? So he was then asked how he felt about Diddy, and he responded, it's complicated. And then that ended his testimony. So basically what happened after that was more receipts of charges, the damages to hotels. They were entered into evidence, and it was like 800 here, a couple of thousand there type of thing. So they put that all into evidence, and then court concluded until next week.
I know
Johnson is loving the publicity they're getting from this. They bought his baby oil. Like, yeah,
I mean, I prefer Vaseline baby oil gel, but okay.
I don't. Or I get my shit offline. So nope.
You know what, Diddy?
What?
I just don't know what to do about Diddy.
Nothing. We just gonna sit here and see how it out.
Oh,
that's it. That's all we can do. Y'all think he gonna get found guilty?
After all this time, hell the fuck yeah. If they found R. Kelly guilty, hell yeah. Because at least if they let this motherfucker out, they better let R. Kelly out. Because R. Kelly ain't do half the shit.
R. Kelly is innocent. Free my nigga R. Kelly.
My point exactly. Because them bitches and their parents, along with other bitches, was throwing themselves at R. Kelly. He wasn't forcing nobody to do a motherfucking thing. He didn't have baby oil, and he was just a fucking creep and like people younger, like girls younger than him. Diddy, on the other hand, is drugging people and doing all sorts of things to make them want to do what the fuck he wants them to do, whether they incoherent or not. So if they let this motherfucker out, they need to let R. Kelly out.
That's how you know he ain't got no good dick, because you got that good dick.
You gotta force a motherfucker to do some shit. You got bitches that's throwing themselves at R. Kelly. The parents are paying for their daughters to whatever the fuck they got going on. They're throwing themselves. You got these little young bitches at the court dates. I've seen the documentary. You got these little young bitches at the court dates. Free R. Kelly. Once you free him, I'm sucking his dick. In so many words. But here's the thing. Not Diddy, though. He is forcing people to... Tina, shut up. He is forcing people... Diddy is forcing people to do what he wants them to do. R. Kelly didn't have to do that. So, If they free that faggoty, and then on top of that, R. Kelly was fucking with boys. He fucking with boys. He fucking with everybody. Diddy's fucking with everybody. So if they let that sick bastard out, they need to let R. Kelly out.
Girl, you don't stop. You look like you got a whole 6 inches going on right there. You don't cut that out. Anywho, let's get to the questions that I have found online. I figured that I'd probably do like one of these questions on each episode.
No, I gotta think.
So, if you got to choose your name, what would it be and why?
My name?
Word. For me, I always wanted the names that started with an X or a Z for some reason. I don't know. I always like Xavier as a name for some reason. I think that would have been a cool name for me. Yeah, Xavier.
I don't think I ever thought about it. I was always cool with Tina.
The bald-headed heifer at the bottom.
Whatever. Same. I don't know, because I mean, I like my name because nobody really has it. It's like maybe 20 people on Earth that got Emerald, you know. So I don't, and I still nobody has Emerald like that. It's, you know, everybody has a common name or some shit like that. My name ain't necessarily common, you know. I don't know. As I got older, I feel it fits me. So I don't know. I like my name.
What TV show would you want to be in, and which one would you not want to be in? That's a hard question.
I would not want to be in Grey's Anatomy.
I agree.
So for me,
I think I watched the first season and it was like it, and then like on season like Eternity and some shit. I don't know.
21, 22.
For me, I think I would want it's a hard split. So it's a split between Charmed, because I want to have like magical powers and shit, and One Tree Hill. Best scripted show ever. For our shows I would not want to be in, Supernatural. The world came to an end, came too close to an end too many times in that damn show. Hell no. I don't want to run for no vampires, demons. I don't have to run from wild dogs. I don't want to have to run for Jefferson starships. I don't have to run from any of that stuff. I don't. I just no. I don't want to be in Supernatural. Supernatural.
What you know about Jefferson starships?
I don't want to have to deal with that shit.
So now, in terms of shows, I don't know which show I would want to be in, but movie, I wouldn't mind being in Friday. I wouldn't mind being in Friday.
If I had to pick a movie, it'd probably be the Noah's Ark movie.
The new one I haven't seen.
Oh, hey, buddy. I guess the new one, because it seemed like it was a lot of somewhat happy vibes in some scenes of it, some sad ones, but yeah, the fact that they have Alex owning his own like club now is pretty cool. But yeah, I think the Noah's Ark movie, I would love to be in there.
Okay.
What movie I want to be in? Every last horror movie known to man. I don't want to be in no damn horror movie.
You such a
horror.
Oh my god.
I'm going no horror. I don't like horror. Horror don't like me. She can go horror somewhere else because I ain't doing it. No, hell no.
I love horror movies. Sad.
Oh, hey, have at the bottom. Hurry up before we go.
Whatever. Okay, so I would want to be the TV show I would want to be, and this is back in the day, is like Family Matters and Martin. I would want to be in one of those. And
one of bald-headed heifers and Shanae chair.
No, I wouldn't be no damn Shanae. But anyways, And the TV show I wouldn't want to be in is that every last one of the Love and Hip Hop. They are so messy. They so ghetto. I don't want to be in that shit because they exploit their business all over everywhere. They sit there, they humiliate themselves. Then they try to come. Some of them like Rashida, bitch. First of all, that one good song that you had 19,000 years ago was fine. What you doing now is fine. Don't come trying to rap now. But it's just the comebacks for them. And then, like I said, they just exploit all their business. The toxicity of it, like they mentals all fucked up. Ray J has completely lost his fucking mind because of this shit. But anyway, but yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in a Tyler Perry movie with a bad wig because they know having some bad.
Oh my god! It don't matter what it is. He got too much money for the wigs to look like that. The only wig that halfway looks decent is his.
Yeah, there was that one movie in one of the Tyler Perry movies where she wore two different wigs and one.
Yes.
It's supposed to be like in the same time, but when they cut to the camera to like another camera and the wig was different or some shit.
Because they had to fix the shit. They caught themselves trying to fix the shit. Like, no, you made it worse. That's what you did. No, you made it worse.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us on this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast. Don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube and Facebook with the Same Cast Different Day podcast. On TikTok and Instagram, you can type in SCDD podcast to find us on there. Shout out to Crystal B for running those social media pages for us. I've been watching the followers grow on there, so thank you very much for doing your part. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in and watching this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast, because my man boobs are hotter than a jalapeno coochie and I'm about to go to bed. All right, I'm gonna see y'all. Okay, all right, I'm gonna see y'all. Okay, all right now. All right, okay, I'm bye.